The following podcast, set for one fall, is a tag team match. Introducing the Blind Tag.
Hello, we are the aforementioned Blind Tag. As always, I'm David.
I am Jeff.
And we're here to talk about 2023 and how the wrestling went down. Before we get started, caveat, we are doing year-end awards, but this is strictly for WWE. So if you're an AEW fan, I apologize. I don't have the time in my life to watch AEW.
Neither do I. I want to find the time in 2024. But
yeah,
one of our resolutions is to watch more wrestling next year.
I respect the hell out of a lot of people there. Like, you know, I think I've said it on this podcast before. I love Adam Cole. I know he's injured right now, but Keith Lee, always Swerve Strickland's been doing great, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
It's too many names to list. Nothing wrong with their product is what I'm trying to say. We can have both. It's okay.
Both is good. Like
both
it's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
There's
just good wrestling everywhere.
Yeah. But so we're gonna do our year-end awards for 2023, and then that's gonna be it for us until the Rumble.
Oh, can't wait for the Rumble.
It's my favorite time of the year.
I love
it legitimately is.
I know
it's everybody's favorite time of the year, but like
there's a reason for that. It's because it's the best.
Yeah. I don't know. I think I like the Rumble more than Mania.
Yeah.
It's just good fun.
Yeah.
But anyways, Jeff, what do we got on the docket today?
Well, we've got 5 awards. We've got Men's Wrestler of the Year. We got Women's Wrestler of the Year, Tag Team of the Year, Most Improved, and then I guess we could talk about what our favorite pay-per-view of the year was, because there were only 9 that we really talked about, because December didn't get one, and one of them happened in the Elsewhere place, which I didn't watch.
I did not watch that one either.
So yeah, we've only actually got 9 shows that we're really considering. I don't watch the weekly product. That's something I'm going to be changing next year. That way I can have more to say about the pay-per-views. That way, when we come around to this time next year, I'll be able to consider the weekly stuff. I'm actually planning, spoilers a bit. I'm planning, and for those of you who listen who like AEW, I'm planning on starting my blog back up, where I'm going to be hopefully doing like written reviews for AEW next year. If I can find the time to watch the weekly product.
I'm assuming you mean PLE of the year. That's all going to be where we get our match of the year from, right?
Well, yes and no, because probably, yeah, because match of the year doesn't always come on the best show of the year. Sometimes you get a really good match. Like, what was it?
No. Sorry. I meant we were pulling our match of the year from one of the PLE.
Well, yes,
it doesn't necessarily have to mean. It doesn't have to mean we liked that one the most.
No,
like there could be like just a really good match on what was a not great PLE.
Right. I will say,
still be in contention.
My top 2 matches came from the same show.
Okay, fair enough. Understandable. Have a nice day.
But yeah, where do you want to start, David?
All right, let's start with probably my one of the ones I suggested, which was the most improved of the year.
Sounds
and
good.
I think my contestant for that, and let me know if you disagree, has got to be Dominic Mysterio.
It's got to be Dominic Mysterio. Yeah, I've been rewatching the majority of the PLEs over the last week, and watching him go from the beginning of the year. He had just aligned with Judgment Day, so he was doing the like at the Rumble, he fought his dad.
Yeah,
and he going from then to now, his character work has gotten insanely better. His in-ring stuff has gotten so much better. And I know you watch the NXT stuff, so you've seen even more of that. He's gotten so good.
I think, and it was a brilliant idea by Sean, to bring him down to NXT, so that way, like, he had the opportunity to work with a lot of those up and comers, because, like, you have to understand, Dom didn't have a lot of experience in wrestling until he got to WWE. He got signed straight to WWE. Now, I'm not saying that's, it's 100% just because his dad is Rey Mysterio, but like obviously his dad got him a foot in the door, but he still
Oh,
had
yeah.
to do the tryout like everybody else, and they saw something in him. Because like I will use this for example, like I know Noelle Foley, who's McFoley's daughter, had tried out for WWE, and she
Mhm.
didn't get in.
Right.
So
And-
it's not just because your family
Well, no, like
has
the
that
Rock,
name.
the Rock's daughter is currently in NXT.
Yeah.
From what I understand, she's doing pretty good, but it's obvious she's not there yet.
Oh God, no.
Same with another WWE legend, Santino Marella's daughter is in NXT, and
Yeah.
she is also killing it, but she's not main event ready yet.
Exactly.
And Dominic Mysterio is 26 years old.
He's what every employer wants. He's got 25 years experience at 26 years old.
Exactly. But he has come leaps and bounds this year. He's got such a bright future.
His run as North American champion was brilliant. I absolutely loved it. Like it was so good. It was so like I said, it got them had that nice experience. It also like is one thing that definitely helped him. And I know that was always a plan for him to join Judgment Day. Stepping out of his dad's shadow, helped so much. Like he's gone a completely different direction than his dad. Like obviously Ray has been a heel in his career when he was in WCW, but for the majority of his career, he's been a babyface.
Mm-hmm.
So Dom embracing that more heelish side of the business, I think, is definitely elevated him to that next level.
Yeah, he needed it because he was basically just Diet Mysterio.
He was very bland. He was very bland. Like he was never, when he was with his dad, it was never like he was bad in the ring, but he wasn't anything special. His character work was very blah.
Uh-huh. And he was just doing a watered down version of his dad's moves.
Exactly.
It was never going to work.
Yeah. Now, ever since he's done that and he's gone on his way and done his own thing, he's 100% improved. And like I can't even think of anybody else, honestly.
I've got kind of one that's not as far as improved in ring, as far as the best booking improvement, which is Io Sky.
Oh, 100%.
But again, that has nothing to do with her in-ring work. Her in-ring work has been fantastic forever. That's the best booking improvement. And a lot of that comes with the fact that the head booker was changed this year. It's like, hey, this Io lady is really, really good. Let's make her a world champion.
You mean you don't have to be blonde and white to be a champion in WWE?
Nope, you sure don't.
Wow. Who would have ever thought? Not Vince McMahon.
That Hunter guy, he's
yeah. All right, let's move on to. I guess we'll do tag team of the year, and then we'll move on to the singles wrestlers.
Sounds good.
Is it weird that I want to pick Chelsea Green and Piper Niven? Is it weird?
Chelsea Green.
I love the way she
I've
does that.
I've been seeing them.
It makes me laugh every time.
Did you see them on Twitter blaming her for not doing it, and that's why they lost the tag titles?
Did she not do it?
No, the match where they lost like this past week, she didn't do it. And somebody on Twitter was like, I blame Samantha Irving. You didn't do the intro. You threw off Chelsea's groove. This is why they lost.
You threw off a groove.
Yeah. And Chelsea Green retweeted. She's like, this is exactly why we're filing a petition. Chelsea Green's so good.
Oh, she's so, and that's like the thing is, she's had a rotten string of bad luck with her partners. First she was teaming with Carmella. Carmella obviously left to have a baby. Congratulations. And then she was teaming with Sonya Deville, who unfortunately tore her ACL. But I think she's coming back soon. Don't quote me on that.
Hope so.
And then Piper Niven, who wasn't doing anything.
They were calling her a dewdrop.
Yeah. She had recently come back to Piper before even that.
Yeah.
But she had just been out of like action. We hadn't even seen her on TV for a while, and basically Chelsea was in Adam Pearce's office, and he's like, "Yeah, we have to strip you of the titles." And Piper just walked in, grabbed the other title, like, "This is mine now." That was it. but yeah, they were so good together, and like they complemented each other very well. Because obviously Chelsea's that very Karen character, Piper's the no nonsense like bodyguard that a type of character like that can hide behind. That it works so well, and they were just so entertaining.
Yeah, I don't know how much they've used it, but Piper's got really good comedic timing. I know that because I've watched some of her indie stuff. And also, she appears to be a lovely person.
Yeah, like
everything I've seen backstage.
They did a lot of that with them during the runs that they were doing. It was good. Because as much as like, I don't know, like, because I could go with Sammy and Kevin, but I mean, they weren't really like, I know they were a team to win the titles, but like they've kind of always been tied together, and I know that they have good chemistry. I'm trying to think more along the lines of like pairings I didn't expect to really enjoy. But
yeah, like Chelsea and Piper, that's not a bad team to pick.
Yeah.
Again, I haven't seen any of them this year except stuff on Twitter because they have not had a pay-per-view match. Although they're in NXT, aren't they?
No.
They're on main roster.
Yeah, they're on Raw. They're mostly on Raw. But they've been on SmackDown a couple times.
I've got to start watching the weeklies.
Yeah. Like so it makes a lot of sense for like the women's titles to not have two separate titles on both brands because that there's just not enough depth in that division.
They barely care enough about the women's tag titles in the first place.
They have started to care more recently,
Yeah.
which is again, it's a Hunter thing. I do think the men's division does. I know that the argument is there's not enough depth there, but because there's a lot of talk about AOP is going to come back soon, and it's like it's going to be weird to them to be at the thought is they're going to be on SmackDown, so it's like, okay, well, the Judgment Day is also a heel team, so you're not going to be able to have them really go against the Judgment Day to win the titles because they'd be like a great like final boss of the tag division. But the thing is, like,
you got to get the tag titles off Judgment Day first. That's gonna happen though.
Yeah, the Creed brothers would have been a great choice. Just saying.
It's not too late for them. They still might.
Yeah. I mean, another one of my options is, I mean, I know they just came up to the main roster, so you haven't seen a lot of them. But and we were talking about this before we started recording. I think the Creed brothers are fantastic.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I may have seen because I watched it was because of you. I watched one episode of NXT this year, and I think they may have had a match on it. They're really good. They're like Alpha Academy ish, but better.
Yeah,
which is saying something because Alpha Academy are good.
Well, the thing about Alpha Academy is recently, Gable's been doing more solo stuff. Like they've now teamed Otis with Akira Tozawa because Chad Gable basically was like, yeah, I want to move on to being a single star. I love that for him.
Yeah, same. Tozawa makes my eyes hurt.
Does he?
Dyeing his hair blonde, it does not suit him.
Yeah.
At all.
Would you say that that's nasty?
I would. I do get the joke because the one episode I watched of NXT, what have they done to him?
I don't know. I don't get the joke. I really don't. Like I don't know if it's one of those things where I'm old now and I don't get it, but I don't get the joke. Is the joke that he farts when he does his little dance?
I guess. I remember Tozawa on 205 Live back when that was a thing, when it was just good cruiserweight wrestling. He's a good cruiserweight wrestler, and they've made him into a bad joke.
Yeah.
But
I'm trying to think.
While you think, I'm going to go ahead and give mine, and it's kind of cheating. I'm going the Judgment Day.
Okay, I mean that's understandable.
I know they're a faction, but like as far as stuff I've seen, they've gotten used the most consistently. You're never going to see a bad tag team match with a Judgment Day in them. Plus, I wanted to give Finn Balor an award, and spoiler alert, he's not winning my Wrestler of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, so when you say Judgment Day, I'm assuming you mean Priest and Balor.
Priest and Balor, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad pick. I don't hate it. I really can't think of anyone else I would even consider for this. So I'm gonna stick. So we can have different picks.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong
So
with that at all.
Jeff's gonna pick Judgment Day. I'm gonna stick with Chelsea and Piper. I just think they did really great job.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I really can't think of anyone else that's like, oh yeah, they were a really great tag team this year.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
nothing. I have nothing against that pick. They're both really great.
All right, let's do female wrestler of the year. I think mine's obvious. Jeff, what's yours?
Mine flip flopped. Today
Okay.
actually. Before I woke up this morning, my pick was Bianca.
Okay.
After watching her match with Asuka at WrestleMania this morning, I have flipped. She hasn't gotten the wins, like the big pay-per-view wins and stuff, as Bianca, but my female wrestler of the year is Asuka. Every time she's in the ring, it's fabulous. She can carry anyone to a great match. They turned her heel at the Rumble when she came back with the, was it Karma face paint?
Yeah.
What's her character in Japan?
Kana.
Kana, that's what it was.
Yeah.
She is so good as a wrestler. But yeah, she is my pick. Again, she hasn't been booked the strongest this year, but you don't necessarily have to have wins to be booked well. She has not been made to look weak ever.
Yeah, because even when she lost her title, because when she was the women's champion and she lost her title in the triple threat with Bianca and Charlotte, obviously it was like it's a triple threat match, and she was like worn down by both of them. So like it made her look, stronger by that means. I don't hate that pick at all. I love Asuka. I've loved Asuka for years. She's in my opinion one of the most underrated women on the WWE roster. So I had two choices when I started thinking about this.
Who was your runner up? Because I know who your winner is.
My runner up is Bayley.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair. Bayley's amazing.
Bayley 100% is like one of the unsung heroes of the women's division. She's so good at what she does.
I think she's the best character in the women's division.
She's one of the most it's the subtle things she does too. Where it's like, oh man, that's a good thing. And I know her character right now is just calling everyone idiots, and it's a little.
That's funny though.
It's a little funny, but you also can tell how much the fans are wanting her to be a face again.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming.
Oh no, 100%. I agree. But you can just tell sometimes where she's doing things, and it's like, oh man, I kind of want to cheer for that, but I can't because she's supposed to be the bad guy.
Nah. I don't think we're getting ponytail and inflatables Bayley.
Oh God, no.
However, I do want to see the entrance at least one more time.
Yeah, but I don't think Hugger Bayley is ever coming back.
No, she doesn't do that anymore.
But that's not true. I could 100%. I guarantee. If you met Pam, what's her real name, and if you met her in real life and you asked her for a hug very nicely.
Well, no, that was a reference. Didn't she say that on TV recently?
Yeah, she said that on TV, but
it was when Kyrie came back.
Yeah, it was Kyrie came back.
She
went to give her a hug.
I don't do that anymore.
I don't do that
anymore.
It was funny.
Yeah, I love Bayley.
100% though.
All right, go ahead and tell us about Io Sky.
I love you. I'm sorry. Yeah, my women's wrestler of the year is Io Sky. Like Jeff said, she's had the most improved booking. They made her look really strong. I was so happy when she won Money in the Bank. That made me so stupid happy. I swore to God that they were going to have her be the first woman to lose the cash in.
Yeah,
I thought I was so scared. And then they had and then obviously they had her win, and she's been doing great stuff ever since. I know a lot of people have had an issue with her, her title reign, oh, she's not defending it as much. Obviously, Damage Control helps her win. I'm like, she's a heel.
Yeah, she's
That's
a heel.
what they do. It's literally what they do. Plus, they brought her best friend back, and that just makes me happy.
Speaking of worried about the first female to fail a cash in, I remember having that same fear when Alexa had the briefcase. Because at the time she was gunning for Ronda during her unstoppable phase. I'm like, oh, she's going to cash in on Ronda, and Ronda's going to kill her.
Yeah.
Fortunately, that didn't happen. We have not yet had a failed female cash in. Technically, Asuka's wasn't a cash in. It was just a pregnancy title giveaway. I'm really glad they didn't do it with Io. That would have been a poor decision.
I mean, to be fair, like with the Asuka thing, it just made sense at the time where it's like, okay, cool, I have to leave. Obviously, Asuka has the briefcase, so she could just have the title. That makes a lot of sense because she could just cash in at any time, anyways.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's. I mean, I had a lot of considerations. I at one time I was considering Bianca because Bianca's really good. I don't want to undersell her at all.
No, she's great.
She's fantastic. I honestly think what brought me away from her is just simply the fact that, like, I'm not saying it's her fault, is her title reign for me was getting a little boring.
She was winning too much. They were turning her into Cena.
You know, it's not only that. It's just like, as someone who watched her in NXT and like knows how much of like that ego she can have and like have that like be a good heel, I was just really, really hoping that some turn during her title reign they were gonna switch her, because I think she could be an effective. I understand why they don't, is because she's very popular with the younger crowd. Kind of like Cena.
I will say I don't like her character. I think it's boring. I understand it's not for me, and that's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think because her whole EST thing, that comes from a sense of ego that just fits better with a heel.
100%.
And I think they're going to try her out as a heel eventually. It's just, you got to build more baby faces up.
Yeah.
Bailey. Bailey.
Well, I mean, right now you technically lost, with quotes, one of your biggest, because unfortunately Charlotte tore her ACL.
Oh, did she really? I missed.
She tore her ACL, her meniscus, and her MCL.
Oh my God! First of all, get well soon, Charlotte. Second of all, she's not a real babyface. I don't give a fuck what Hunter says. Nobody's cheering for Charlotte ever.
Like, yeah, we want to be clear. Charlotte, the person, or sorry, Ashley Fleer, which I believe is her actual real name. Get better soon. 100%. Nothing against you as a person.
But we're never gonna cheer you.
Charlotte Flair, fuck off.
A wrestler. Never cheering you as a wrestler.
She's very good. She's very good. She's very stupid good.
I just watched her because again I'm rewatching all of them. Her match with Rhea at Mania. Holy shit, it was really good. I think it was at Mania.
It was at Mania, and it was very good.
Yeah, it was when she put over. It's when Rhea got the title. It's the last good pay-per-view match that Rhea had.
Because they don't put her on pay-per-view, Jeff.
No, because they don't put her on pay-per-view.
Rhea was also in my contention, but that was my downfall for Rhea, is because she wasn't on enough pay-per-views.
She wasn't on enough shows, and the shows she was on, her matches just weren't as good. And again, it comes down to booking. It wasn't Rhea.
I absolutely love Rhea Ripley, and she was in my top 5, like, for consideration for this award, like 100%. But I think when I was mulling it over, she was the first one I eliminated, just for simply for the fact that she hasn't been on enough pay-per-views, and that's not her fault.
No,
and I know that's a shitty way to eliminate her from the contention, but I was like, I can't justify it.
Simply the fact that the matches she did have on pay-per-view weren't as good.
Yeah. I mean, that also comes down to the fact that the Raw female roster isn't as stacked.
Let's see.
As the SmackDown roster.
I've got every pay-per-view pulled up from this year. I pulled those up so I could go back and look. She was at the Rumble when she won it.
Yep.
Good performance there. I don't think she was at Elimination Chamber.
No, I don't.
Yeah, she was. The mixed tag match.
Oh, yeah.
With them losing. That was a solid match. She beat Charlotte at Mania. Backlash. Were you at Backlash, Rhea? She was. She beat Zelina Vega. That match sucked. Sorry, Puerto Rican fans. That match wasn't very good.
It was okay.
It was not befitting of the women's title. Let's see. Were you? She was not at Money in the Bank.
Mm-hmm.
She was not at SummerSlam.
You don't put Rhea on SummerSlam.
She beat Raquel at Payback, which was even worse than the Zelina match. But it wasn't bad. Like, it wasn't a terrible match.
I
It
think that match was terrible. I'm sorry. I thought that match was really bad.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. She was not at Fastlane. I don't think. Nope, not at Fastlane. And she beat Zoe Stark at Survivor Series. That was her pay-per-view year in 2023. The only good one of those matches outside of the Rumble was Charlotte. And that was in fucking
100%.
April.
Yep. So
she deserves better. Book
she
Rhea
deserves
better. She's going to lose the
Oh.
title this coming year.
Oh, yeah.
And it's going to beat a Jade Cargill. That's my prediction.
All right, now we've got Male Wrestler of the Year. This one was harder.
Oh, yeah, it was. It was. Who you got?
Ah, man. I've really had to think about it. And like overall, just best match consistency, I think it has to be Gunther.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Like he's just I've never been disappointed in any one of his matches.
That's completely fair.
Like I was thinking about Seth, but there's a couple of Seth matches that I'm like, that was okay.
Yeah, Gunther is a good pick. My counter to that is Seth Rollins is my wrestler of the year.
That's fair.
Yeah,
I don't disagree with that.
He was great at the Rumble.
Yeah,
he was great in the Elimination Chamber match. He lost, but that's when they were building the Logan feud.
Mm-hmm.
His match with Logan at Mania was fantastic. I didn't watch him win the title at Night of Champions because it was a Saudi show. Both of his matches with Finn were great. Both of his matches with Shinsuke were great. I think the Last Man Standing dragged a bit. I wasn't a fan of the stipulation. And then he was fantastic in the War Games match. Seth Rollins doesn't have bad matches.
So hot take. I really don't even really care for Last Man Standing matches.
Yeah, I think they're boring in general. However, if I was going to find two wrestlers on the current roster and say let them do it, it's probably Seth and Shinsuke.
Yeah,
or Gunther and somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that 100%. There was just like a lot of what Gunther did this year, like his match with Sheamus and Drew at WrestleMania, so stupid good. His matches with Chad Gable, very good.
Mm-hmm.
His matches with Miz, as much as like they weren't as good as the other ones, he was able to get a really decent match out of Miz, which we've stated before isn't the best in the ring.
No.
Like
also want to just I missed one of Seth's matches because the list I've got doesn't have it. But Seth Rollins had a good match. I mean, good is subjective. He carried Omos to a solid match at Backlash.
Yeah.
It didn't have any build to it, and Omos is never going to have like 5-star matches. But I remember reviewing that and being like, that was a lot better than it should have been. And that was 100% because of Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with your pick. Again, this is one of those things where we're allowed to have different picks.
Yeah, we're allowed to have different picks. And there's nothing wrong with Gunther. That man is amazing.
Yeah, he's a future world champion, 100%.
I hope so.
Like, I don't know how much longer they're gonna have him hold the Intercontinental title or who he loses it to. I have people I want him to lose it to.
Go ahead.
But
who do you want him to lose it to?
I mean, I'd love for him to lose it to Gable, just because I think Gable fucking deserves it.
Yeah, Gable would be very good.
And either Gargano or Ciampa, just because I mean they're not really doing anything with them right now, which pisses me off. But either one of them I wouldn't be upset with. Like, there's a lot of guys on the roster that I wouldn't mind seeing like a good Intercontinental title run from.
I want it to be Sheamus. I think we're past that point, but it's the one title he's never won. I want it to be Sheamus.
I don't hate Sheamus winning the IC title.
It's just not from
Gunther, because you really want to establish somebody.
Yeah, no. Which is why I don't think it's going to happen. I think whoever beats him, I think Sheamus deserves a shot. Sheamus has publicly said he doesn't have much longer left. He deserves an IC title run before he retires. Also, I think he'll get it.
I know they're doing something else with him on SmackDown right now. I wouldn't hate it if it was Pete Dunne. Wouldn't hate that.
Are they back to calling him Pete Dunne?
No, they're still calling him Butch, and it fucking annoys me. Just call him Pete Dunne. Trips, you're in charge now. You can change his fucking name.
Call him Pete Dunne.
Oh my god, so tired of the Butch thing. It's dumb.
Butch Pete. That match would go so hard. Oh my god.
Yeah, they've had good matches together. I mean, the other choice
Ilya
is Ilya. But he's NXT champion right now.
I want to see that match again, and I want to see it on pay-per-view.
Can we get a triple threat? Can we get a triple threat? Gunther, Ilya, and Pete Dunne all in the same ring? Oh god, they would just murder each other. It'd just be death.
Wait,
the only way to win that match is death.
Can Gunther have good triple threat matches for the IC belt?
I mean, he hasn't yet.
That was a joke.
Oh well, no, he had one.
And spoiler alert, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit, potentially.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to see him and Ilya on the main roster in a pay-per-view. Have a match, please.
Oh my god, I need it. I need it in my blood.
I need that, yeah. But yeah, I like the Gunther pick. Here's how I'd have him lose it. Have him lose it at the Rumble as like the opener.
Okay.
And then have him win the Rumble, and then have him beat Roman.
Fuck Cody. Fuck Cody.
Fuck Cody. Fuck you, Cody. You can finish your story at Mania 41.
Oh god,
that story just fits better for me. I don't know. I'm not going to be bitchy if they do have it be Cody.
We were talking about this before. We were talking about this before the thing, but I guarantee the Royal Rumble is probably going to be fucking Cody or Punk. I don't know who. I'm pretty sure they're probably gonna do Punk, Rollins, and Cody Roman for the titles at Mania. How they get there, I don't know. That's just my thought.
I don't think Punk Rollins needs the title.
It doesn't. 100% agree. 100% agree.
And I've come around on Punk so hard since he debuted.
He's. I mean, I don't know how much of his is like a character thing, but he does legitimately seem a lot happier.
Yeah, and like people deserve second chances. Obviously, the shit. This is the first time we talked about it on the podcast. Obviously, the stuff in AEW, there was a lot of blame on both sides.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not going to be as bitchy about it, and I'm going to give him a chance.
As long as this new refound thing that he's got going on manifests AJ Lee coming back at the Royal Rumble, I'll be okay with it.
That would be amazing. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be
it amazing. Might. She said she's open to coming back to wrestling. She has openly said it before. Like, she's not against it, and like she's not even like, she's only like late 30s, so like she could probably still go 100%.
Yeah.
So like
if she wants
to, obviously if she's happy doing whatever she's doing and she doesn't want to come back, good on her. But if you know, if we want to get like, because I know how much Cora Jade and Roxanne Perez like love her, like to get
she's 36.
To get like a little stable maybe of them three in NXT. Oh, please give it to me. I need it.
Yeah, that would be good. Like I said, I don't personally think it's going to happen, but I didn't think Punk was coming back either. I didn't think he was coming back either time that he did.
Literally, never say never.
Yeah, if there's one thing that proved never say never, it was CM Punk in a WWE ring.
Oh, again, God. The thing is, I mean, I know he's fought Dominic at the like house shows. He hasn't had a match yet on television since he came back.
He's not going to until the Rumble.
Yeah, probably not.
His first match is going to be on pay-per-view, as it should be. And like as skeptical as I've been about him, one of my favorite matches from AEW was his dog collar match with MJF. CM Punk's a great storyteller. His feud with Rollins is going to be so good.
Oh my god,
It's going to be amazing.
It's already become like we need this match.
Well, yeah, that's because Seth sold the hell out of that return,
which
is another reason why he's my wrestler of the year.
Well, and the thing is, like, I don't know how much of it like is legit, but I know like Seth has had beef with him like in interviews before. I don't know how much of that was like Seth being a character or how much of that was like
I think
Seth the person.
It was character stuff and like trying to, especially when Punk was in AEW, Seth just trying to be a company man and hyping up the WWE. But being that we do have that history and Seth knew what he was doing, as soon as Punk's music hit at Survivor Series, he was selling it, going ahead and building that Mania match already. And that's because they're both really good character workers. So the matches will be good. The story work's going to be even better.
Oh, man. So now do we talk about match of the year or PLE of the year?
We can talk about PLE first. My match of the year comes from my PLE of the year.
Okay. So what's your PLE of the year, my friend?
It's WrestleMania.
Okay, fair enough.
I know technically it's 2 nights, but like if you take the best 2 or 3 matches from each night and mash them together into one, it's the best show. If I had to go with one or the other, like if I had to pick night 1 or night
2,
I don't know if I can. God damn it. Because I basically when I was doing my ratings for matches to determine match of the year, I had 2 matches tie. Both of them are from this show, and one was from night 1, one was from night 2. So I don't know if I can pick. I think I'd have to go night 2 because of the main event. It was just a really good match. But yeah, WrestleMania was my show of the year. There was a lot of good wrestling this year. My next one probably would have been either the Rumble or Elimination Chamber. Both of those were good shows too. I don't think there was a bad PLE this year though. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of them were really good. I mean, if I had to go with taking everything out of like consideration and just looking at like what happened that night, like just if I was going with like pure crowd energy, I would go with Backlash because oh my god, that crowd was hype.
So was Money in the Banks.
Oh, because Money in the Bank was what in UK,
London. Yeah, it was in London.
Yeah, it was in UK.
That crowd was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, this is and I mean, I know I'm a spoiled American, and I've been able to have the opportunity to go to some WWE shows because obviously they come to the States more because it's where they're based.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this has definitely shown WWE they need to do more
pay-per-views in other countries
overseas. Yeah, I know they're planning. I think they're planning Backlash for France next year.
Ooh.
And they're doing. I think they're already planned to do a show in Germany. So it's like Bash
they're doing
Belfast or something.
France.
Yeah.
And hell, they did. Was it Elimination Chamber in Australia this year?
They're doing Elimination Chamber in Australia this year. This is going to be really good. Put Rhea on the show.
They also,
if you do not
while they're at it, they need to rectify their fucking mistake and rehire Emma.
Yeah, they do not put Rhea on the fucking.
Well, they announced that show, Australia. And they announced that show, and then 2 hours later they cut Emma.
Yeah,
and that was a mistake. Like if you don't want her on the roster, fine, but you need to bring her back for the women's chamber match as a way of saying, "Look, that was really shit timing. We're sorry." Emma was good. She helped start the women's revolution.
The only problem is like they weren't really doing anything with her.
No, they've never done anything with her. Not really. But she helped start the women's revolution with that other person we're not going to talk about. She's a bad person.
She was one of the people, yeah.
Yeah. Her feud with Paige in NXT is what started it, and then the Horsewomen came along and took it.
Yeah, I mean that was one of the things. It was one of those things where like them having their matches together in NXT proved to WWE that the women could have good matches if they were given the goddamn opportunity.
Yeah.
And it was mostly the diehards that were like tweeted the give Divas a chance thing. Because up until that point they were the piss break match.
Divas. Yeah,
they were the piss break match.
It's like
they would have a match in like 2 seconds. It's like, here's all the women, here's all the finishers, they're done. Goodbye.
It's like, here's a novel concept. Book a feud like you would a man, and put women in it.
Not that complicated. It's really
not that complicated. It's just wrestling. It's not that hard.
I promise it's not.
It's not that difficult. Yeah, I've got a couple of points from different pay-per-views that the match wasn't great, but like Bray's last match at the Rumble. It was a good match. It had an amazing video package. The men's Rumble was fun because of course it was. It made up for 2022's Rumble being shit. The women's Rumble was good. A particular favorite moment of mine was from the Chamber. Nikki Cross going batshit crazy in the Chamber match. She was doing her wide-eyed rocking back and forth in the pot. Oh my, it's so good.
I really want to know what the hell their plan is with her right now. It's
who the fuck knows?
I don't know.
And one more point about the Chamber. Not the match, because the match wasn't good, but the video package and stuff. I miss Cowboy Brock.
Yeah,
Cowboy Brock was so funny.
Cowboy Brock.
I love give a shit Brock Lesnar. He's so good.
He was so funny as Cowboy Brock.
Oh.
I don't disagree with WrestleMania being, but my brain is trying to rack itself to see if I can think of anything besides Mania.
SummerSlam had your girl cashing in and becoming champion.
That's true. That doesn't necessarily make it a good pay-per-view.
That's true. What was on the SummerSlam card? Let's see. Ricochet Logan, which was good.
That was a decent match, yeah.
Cody Brock, which was good. I think that was the rubber match. The SummerSlam Battle Royal, which was not. I mean, it had LA Knight winning. It was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ronda Shayna. Hey, Ronda Rousey's final WWE match. It wasn't a good match. Shayna beat her.
Wasn't a good match.
Gunther Drew.
That was good.
Was good. Seth and Finn Part 2, I believe. Part 2. It was part 2. It was part 2.
Yeah. That was a good match.
Asuka Bianca Charlotte with the cash in at the end. That was awesome. And then Roman J Tribal Combat, which was a bit slow.
It was a bit slow.
It was too long. It lasted like 45, 48 minutes. It was long.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not like that SummerSlam was bad, but like there's a couple things in there that I just can't consider that PL year of the year just because Ronda Shayna was really bad.
Yeah, it was.
It was really bad.
Yeah. The main event dragged. The Ronda match.
The main event dragged a little bit. I can't just throw it in on there because Io's cash-in was good. Although that match was really good and probably was my match of the night.
It was match of the night. It was one of my matches of the year. I don't think it was. It was like my 6th favorite match of the year, or actually maybe 7th. It was really good though.
I'm considering. I know. At one point I was considering Survivor Series. I know it just happened, so it's fresh into my brain.
Yeah, it's really good though.
But Survivor Series was really good.
The War Games matches. Good.
The War Games matches delivered. Obviously, Randy Orton coming back was great.
I don't know. I feel like the middle of that pay-per-view was just like Rhea Zoe. Rhea, I love on pay-per-view, but her matches haven't been good. Dragon Lee and Santos Escobar was fine.
I thought it was good.
Probably Gunther's worst pay-per-view match of the year, which is not his fault. It was against The Miz.
I thought it was actually pretty good.
Oh, it was. It was probably The Miz's best match since the career versus title match with Ziggler.
I I don't know.
Yeah.
I think again, it just has to do with the fact that like it's just very fresh in my brain.
Uh-huh. Like I
Um,
said, it opened and closed really well. The War Games matches are great.
yeah, I'm just gonna hold on. I'm just gonna look at WrestleMania real quick.
There were a bunch.
Mania.
See, night one. So, like I said, I've got all of the pay-per-view cards pulled up. That way we could talk about them if we wanted to. Night one started with Austin Theory versus John Cena, which was dog shit.
That was bad.
Then you had the Fatal 4-Way tag match, which was Alpha Academy, Strowman, Ricochet, Street Profits, and Viking Raiders, which was good.
Yeah.
Logan Seth, which with the KSI spot through the table, which was really funny. 6-woman tag, Becky, Lita, Trish versus Damage Control, which was okay. Lita,
Okay.
it makes me sad watching Lita wrestle. Dom versus Ray, which was a solid match. Bad Bunny
it was
interrupted, setting up that feud. Charlotte Rhea, which was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Pat McAfee versus The Miz.
Oh, the impromptu one.
The impromptu match, yeah. Then the Usos versus Kevin and Sammy closed out night one.
Which was a really good match.
Yes, it was. I've got more to say about that in just a minute. Night two was Brock and Omos, which was as good as it could be.
Yep.
Then the Bring Out the Women match, because unfortunately we're still doing those, was WrestleMania Showcase Fatal 4-Way Tag Match. Chelsea and Sonya, Liv and Raquel, Natalya Shotzi, Ronda Shayna.
Okay.
Which Rousey and Shayna won, and it was horrible. IC Triple Threat, Gunther, Drew, Sheamus. Meet.
Really good.
Just watched that again this morning. Have Titus on commentary for that match.
Somebody call the police.
Holy sugar, honey, iced tea. Oh my God, he's great. Then you had Bianca Asuka for the title. Then you had another impromptu match with Shane and The Miz, where Shane tore his he tore his something. He tore his quad.
Yeah.
That match was, oh my God. Then you had Edge and Finn in the Hell in a Cell, which was good, but it was a bit too long.
It was a bit too long.
And then you had the third inning of the story, Roman and Cody.
Okay.
There was some filler because it's WrestleMania and it's 2 nights of 4.5 hours each. So
Yeah,
there's going to be some filler.
I know. Hold on. Let me look at this one. Happened here? What happened?
It wasn't my match of the year, but another unsung hero match this year was the U.S. title elimination chamber match. That match fucked. Man, it was good. Bronson Reed was good. Priest was good. Theory did his thing. Montez Ford from the top of the chamber was great. I love that match. I liked Elimination Chamber. That was a really good show. It almost had my match of the year on it.
Okay. I was looking at Rumble. I was looking at Rumble, but no.
No, the Rumble matches were good. Everything else was kind of mid.
Yeah, the
Pitch Black match wasn't good. Bianca Alexa wasn't good. And holy shit, was that it? It looks like it was a 4-match show.
It was a pitch back match.
Oh, and then the title match, Roman and Kevin.
Yeah, which is very all right.
Yeah, it was fun. You watch the Rumble for the Rumble matches, not for whatever.
Yeah, you watched. To be fair, you watched the Rumble for the Rumble matches,
and the Rumbles were good.
I think. All right, I think again, having discussed everything we just discussed, I think I'm going to put my final seal on Survivor Series 2023.
That's fair. It was a very, very good pay-per-view.
There were some weak points in it. I'm not going to sit here and say that there weren't, but overall, the War Games matches were very good. And it just had the caveat of, I guess, hell freezing over and the return of CM Punk. As much as I'm not the biggest CM Punk guy, I will say
it was a great moment.
It got me.
Like you also have the NXT people flippy shit match, which is a style of wrestling that I love with Lee and Santos. Yeah. Rhea was on pay-per-view, which we all love to see. And like I said, The Miz put on a good match with Gunther.
Yeah, I mean, again, yeah. Overall, I think it was a very, 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 very solid pay per view.
Yes, it was.
Again, there were some very mid spots, but not every pay per view is going to be perfect.
Nope.
And you just kind of have to accept that about wrestling.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I don't hate that pick at all.
All right, I think we've reached the final point, which is our match of the year. I think I know what yours is, but go ahead and tell me anyway.
Okay, so I've got 3 honorable mentions I'd like to talk about first.
Sure, go for it.
These 3, because I did an out of 10 rating. 3 matches this year got a 9.2, and that was the Men's Rumble, the Men's Survivor Series match, and Roman and Sammy at the Elimination Chamber. The multi-men matches they were good spot fests. Roman and Sammy, the storytelling they did in that match was so unbelievably good. It
100%.
was so good, I almost made Sammy my wrestler of the year. He was in consideration. I love that match so much. It was my 3rd favorite match of the year. And then we had WrestleMania, which it's a matter of, do I prefer storytelling or do I prefer in-ring? Because 2 matches in WrestleMania got a 9.7 for me. And I still, if I had to go back and watch one of them, oh my God, I don't know, David. Either one of them could be match of the year, and I'm gonna go with my love of tag team wrestling, and I'm gonna say Kevin and Sami versus the Usos.
Okay.
Followed very closely by the IC Triple Threat, because those guys just beat the shit out of each other.
They just beat the shit out of each other.
And it was a fantastic match. And if you're never going to have a bad time rewatching it. If you like that flavor of wrestling, it does that flavor of wrestling perfectly.
Mm-hmm.
But Kevin and Sami have such good history together. They are such a good team together. The Usos are still, for my money, the best tag team on the planet when they're a team. And those 4 guys they're so good in the ring together. That match was so good. The ending where Sammy Haluva kicks Jay, I think it was Jay, and then catches him and puts him back and does it again and catches him and looks at Kevin and throws him back up and does it again. Oh my God, it's cinema.
It was cinema.
And I love tag team wrestling. It's perfect long-term storytelling. It's perfect tag team wrestling. It had the right winner, which is the reason that Roman Cody wasn't even considered. Just because the crowd I wasn't let down, but the crowd was let down. Mm-hmm. The crowd was so happy for Kevin and Sami to get the win. Oh, but yeah.
You know who wasn't let down? The Rubber Chicken.
No, but yeah, it's Kevin and Sami versus the Usos for me.
Fair enough. I mean, that's fair enough. So again, like you said, I've got some honorable mentions before I do mine. I gotta give a shout out to Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus in the steel cage match at Payback.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
After their first match, I didn't think I wanted to see them again. I was like, they don't gel very well. No, thank you. I'm all set. And then they tore the fucking house down with that match. And I'm like, where was this the first time? I'm very confused.
Yeah, I am
very confused on what happened. I gotta go. That 100% is up there for me. I went back and I watched these to kind of, because I was considering putting the women's or the men's War Games on my match, and I really didn't want to put both of them. Mm-hmm. I know originally when we had talked about it, I was like, oh no, I like the women's match more. But then I went back and watched it, and I think the men's War Games match was actually a little bit better.
The RKO from Hell spot sold it for me.
Yeah.
That's what pushed it.
I'm actually gonna that's in my honorable mentions as well. The men's War Games match was just very, very
rest
good.
in peace, JD McDonough.
He's dead.
Because he's dead.
I don't care. I don't care if you see him on television. He's not alive.
He's a corpse.
They replaced him with a very, very lookalike stunt double.
It's just Finn Balor. It's just Finn Balor.
It's just
Finn Balor.
It's just Finn Balor. So gotta go with that. I know I had another women's match that was on my list. I just can't remember the fucking.
Was it one of the triple threat matches?
I don't believe so.
Was it Io Bianca at Backlash? Because that match was also really good.
I think it might have been. I think it might have been. Yeah, because that's when they were starting to share Io.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I feel like that was a really
that
good
crowd
match.
was behind Io so much. She didn't quite get it done, but man, was the crowd. But watching that, I was like, because going in, I'm like, yeah, there's no way Io's winning the belt here. By the end of that match, I was like, maybe they're gonna do it. Maybe this is where Bianca's losing the title.
Yeah, and my final runner-up, and I know we said we're not doing NXT, but just one NXT shout out to the men's deadline match. It was so good the way they did the storytelling for that match was so. Trick Williams is like one of the most over people in NXT right now, 100%.
Right.
The deadline match, I don't know how much you know about it.
Nothing.
So it works kind of like do you remember the Scrabble match they used to have?
The championship scramble?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of like that. It's like an Iron Man match in that you have to get the most pinfalls or submissions in order to win. But there's multiple people in the match. And if you get pinned or submitted or disqualified, you have to sit in a penalty box for like, I think it's 2 minutes. And there's a 25-minute time limit.
Okay. That sounds very mid 2000s TNA.
It's very good.
It sounds like trash wrestling, and I'm here for it because it sounds fun.
It's very fun.
I love fun wrestling.
But so Trick Williams going into like the last couple minutes of the match had 0 points. And the person who had the most had 3. Or there was a couple of people tied for 3. He got 4 pinfalls in the matter of like 5 minutes.
Nice.
And won the fucking match. And that is good storytelling. To make us believe, oh, the guy we want to win is not winning. Great. Fantastic. I'm so glad I'm watching this right now. And then to have that quick turnaround to be like, boom. Oh, shit, he won. What the fuck? Quick shout out to that match. So now we come down
I've got it pulled up for after the podcast. I'm going to go watch it. Probably not today because I'm doing Christmas stuff with my family today. But I'm probably... You said it was Deadline?
Yeah, Deadline. NXT
You're talking about the Iron Survivor Challenge, okay.
The Iron Survivor Challenge, excuse me.
Dijak, Josh Briggs, Braun Breaker, Tyler Bate. Yes, please.
Yeah. Also, I would also suggest going to check out the women's one. That one was also very good, but I do think the men's one was slightly better.
Oh, dude, the way you should have sold me on that show was Blair Davenport won the Iron Survivor.
I know, I told you that.
Yeah, you did text me that when it happened. I fucking love Blair Davenport.
Yeah, so you should go watch it to watch her win. Anyways, now I come down to my match of the year. So like you, I'm stuck between the same 2 matches.
Oh, they're so good.
They're so good.
For so many different reasons, but they're so good.
I think I'm gonna give the second place to the IC title match. I know it's so good, and I want to give it the thing, but like you said, the tag team title match was such cinema. It was just
so good.
It was perfect storytelling, and it's not like the match itself was bad because
no, the match was awesome.
The match was very, very good. If the storytelling had been really good, but the match wouldn't be great, I wouldn't even be considering it right now.
No.
But the match and the way that they told that story, and the way that they told the story leading up to Mania, including that, like Kevin didn't really want to team with Sammy at first because it's like, I can't trust you. We were just with the bloodline. That whole thing was very, very good. And then finally, when they embraced in the ring, and you knew that they were going to go to Mania and face the Usos, it was just if the Usos had won, it would have taken this match 100% off my list. Would have been like
it still would have
great
been
match,
good.
great storytelling, but wrong decision.
Yeah, it closed out night one. It sent the fans home happy. Oh, it is.
Yeah. So I
amazing.
think 2023 match of the year has to be Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens versus the Usos, night one of WrestleMania.
Yeah, very happy with that.
In my opinion, there's no way to top it. Very, very closely followed by the IC title match. I want to give credit to those three gentlemen because they put on a hell of a match.
They beat the shit out of each other.
I
just watched.
If there had been a story, if they had been a story attached to it, other than Sheamus has never won the IC title, that was like the only story of it. If there had been another one, like if there had been like another like story in there, I would have
probably would have
a lot
been
more.
Mm-hmm. But that match, it was one of those things that doesn't need story. The story was Gunther historic reign. Sheamus has never won the title. Drew's also here being big and Scottish.
Well, Gunther hadn't quite hit the historic mark yet, though. He hadn't surpassed Honky Tonk.
But it was getting there.
It was getting there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's it for what we got for our our match of the year.
Those are our awards. And we've got your game right from last time we were going to do for the women to close out the show.
Yes, Lance. Let me get a Google Doc up so I can do that real quick.
While you're doing that, what is your one wish list thing for 2024 that you really want WWE to do?
Turn Bailey babyface.
I can get behind that. I asked you that question, not having an answer for myself. Book Rhea better. I guess. Book Rhea Ripley better. Have more fucking tag title matches on pay-per-view. Because we got 3. But yeah, like being that we're gonna have the full year with Triple H firmly running booking, I'm very much looking forward to wrestling in 2024.
Out of all the people who are slated to return in 2024, who's someone you're looking forward to the most?
Who is slated for a return in 2024?
Liv Morgan.
Are we sure about that?
Yeah, no, she's coming back.
She just got arrested.
Not to talk about this too much. WWE literally doesn't give a fuck. They literally didn't care.
I hope she gets the help she needs. Before she comes back.
She got arrested for weed, dude. That was it.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's true. And Jimmy Uso has been. Also, I didn't realize what it was about. I know is I saw her mugshot on Twitter and it made me sad.
Yeah, no, she got arrested for having weed, less than 20 grams. That was
it. Okay,
yeah, it was in Florida. Florida sucks.
I shouldn't have even fucking brought it up.
Yeah, no, it was such a dumb reason because Florida's
that's
stupid.
Fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's slated for a return?
So Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, Carmella, Dakota Kai. A lot of these are women.
I don't care about Carmella.
Potentially Sonya. Trying to think who else is injured for the men. Who else is injured for the men?
Matt Cardona.
Oh,
he's technically not on the roster, but I think Cardona's coming.
Yeah, we could see him at the Rumble. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, I want to see Cardona.
As long as they don't try to make him Zack Ryder again, just let him be Mark Cardona.
No, let him be Matt Cardona. Yeah.
Or make him Matt Green, so he's related to Chess. That'd be funny.
That would be funny. That would be funny.
Yeah.
As far as I'm looking at other potential returns. Yeah, that's. Oh yeah, the sports show you lost me with your number one being Goldberg. Hell no. Sonya's probably coming back. Liv is probably coming back. But yeah, like as far as WWE returns, I want to see Matt Cardona. He is.
Oh,
Fantastic.
okay. This
I mean,
is. I guess this is
technically
another.
you could say AJ Lee. I know we talked about that briefly
Technically.
a few minutes ago.
I don't know if he has signed a new contract with them. Because if he has, it doesn't affect anything. But if he hasn't, how likely is it? Do you think that MJF comes to WWE? If he hasn't signed a new contract with AEW,
first of all, I think he already has.
I think he has to.
I think he's been extended through like 2027 or 8 or something.
Yeah,
bullshit
there
like
was
that.
reports about that, but then he also did an interview saying that was bullshit.
Yeah, but MJF does character work. Like he doesn't break character ever.
But here's the thing. Here's my only counterpoint. There was a lot of talk that Cody had re-signed before he left.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think MJF is coming. I genuinely, I think him and Punk genuinely hate each other. I don't think they want to be around each other. And you know what? I don't want to see MJF in WWE. I really don't. I trust Hunter as a booker. I don't know if I trust him enough to handle MJF. I just don't. I think he fits where he's at.
He just has to me, he's always struck me as a very WWE kind of style guy. But that's just
so is Jade. But I hated Jade Cargill.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm ready for my spin the wheel, make a deal.
All righty. So this is top 10, right?
This is top 10. Obviously, this is blind in the fact that I see the names on my wheel, but it's blind in the fact that I don't know who's going to spin next.
You did so well at this last time.
I did so well at this last time with Austin Theory at number 1.
You were so happy with Theory at 1.
I was so happy. I'm not going to make this mistake again. I promise. I will. I'll probably make the same mistake. These are all main roster talents. That way, Jeff knows them as well. I didn't put NAA and NXT names on here.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, so we're gonna spin our wheel and find out who our first name is. All right, and it's spinning.
And then we'll go over the whole thing at the end, right? Once we're all
we'll go over the whole thing, and we're not going to discuss it until it's done. All right, first person we got is Zelina Vega.
Okay.
I think I know where to put her.
Yep. Okay. Actually,
I think I'm going to put her there. I'm satisfied with that.
Okay. Yeah. Same. I'm happy with my placement of
All
Miss
right.
Vega.
Spinning. Mia Yim.
Oh.
I think I'm going to put her there.
She's not called Mia Yim anymore, though, right?
I think they call her Meechin, but I
Meechin,
have her on this. I think I just have her on this name list.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. Yim. Yeah, I've got her placed. I'm happy with that.
Okay. Okay. Next we have. Oh, hello. My puppy came to say hi to me.
Oh, hello, puppy.
Funny enough, we were just talking about her. I know she's not currently active, but Liv Morgan.
Watch me.
I mean, only if she wants me to.
She says it in her thing.
I know.
She says, "Watch me." I love Liv Morgan.
All right, and next spin. Ugh. Nia Jax.
Yep.
Okay. All right. And you satisfied with that?
Yeah, I'm good. I've got Nia placed.
Okay, cool. Me too. She's in the garbage. Spinning. Ooh. Kairi Sane.
Ooh. This is a tough one.
Yeah. I have a place putting her, but I don't.
Yeah, I'm hesitant with where I've got her, but I've got her placed. I'm good.
Okay. And spinning for the next one. Dakota Kai. He's going to get all damage control now.
This is the first one where I'm not confident with where she's going.
Yeah.
That's where I mean I've got her placed, like that's locked in, but I'm not super confident with where she's at.
Okay. And spinning again. We've got the boat, Natalia. Is that how you spell her name? I think I spelled
Nata.
Yeah. I didn't know if I spelled it right on the wheel, to be fair. I didn't look them up. I just put them on the wheel. I was like, that looks right.
I worry I'm setting myself up to do the same thing you did last time.
Well, maybe not. We just got Bailey.
Okay. Got her locked in. I'm mostly comfortable with that positioning. Mostly. Two
I want you to keep in. I mean, before you finalize that, I want you to keep in mind Becky Lynch is on this list. So is Rhea.
I'm aware.
So is
Asuka. I'm aware. That's why I said I'm mostly confident with where I've got her placed. You got 2 left.
We do got 2 left. All right, we got Chelsea Green.
Chelsea Green. Bring your husband to WWE, please, Chelsea.
I think
you're both fantastic. And Matt Cardona.
We got 1 left.
Oh, don't do it to me.
Don't do it to me.
Don't do it to me. Don't give me Austin Theory.
Don't give me. Hey, it's Austin Theory. Sorry, I haven't spun yet. I was waiting for you to finish.
Don't give me Austin Theory. We've got 1 spot left. Okay, let's do it.
Do you have?
I'm ready. I've got Chelsea locked in.
Okay, well, I'll spin.
It's Austin Theory again.
It's Austin Theory. He's on the women's list. I don't know how he got on the women's list.
He's back to
no, it's Becky.
Oh, okay, cool. I'm super happy with that. Fuck. It wasn't Austin Theory.
So the names we didn't get were there's Asuka, Io, Rhea. There's also fucking Shayna Baszler, Piper Niven. I didn't put Katana Chance and Kaden Carter on here also only because they're mostly a tag team. So I would have put them together if I did. But anyways, so at number 10, I had Mia Yim.
I've got Nia Jax.
I filled in number 10 before Nia came up.
Yep. I intentionally left it open just in case we got something like that. I made sure to leave my Austin Theory spot open.
At number 9, I have Zelina Vega.
I also have Zelina Vega at number 9.
Okay. At number 8, I have Nia Jax.
I've got Mia Yim.
That was the lowest spot I had available at the time.
Yep. I've got Mia.
Number 7, I have Dakota Kai.
That was number 7. Oh, wait, no. Number 8. I had Natalia at number 8. Sorry. I got I got Natty at number 8. And then I've got Mia at 7.
Okay. I've got Dakota at 7.
That's fair.
At number 6, I've got Liv Morgan.
I've got Chelsea Green.
At number 5, I've got Kyrie.
I've also got Kyrie at number 5.
Hey. At number 4, I have Natalia.
Ugh. I've got look at her, watch her. I've got Liv Morgan number 4, which I'm happy with. I like Liv Morgan.
At number 3, did David make the same mistake and leave his top options open at the end? Yes, I did.
He sure did.
I sure did. At number 3, I've got Chelsea Green.
I mean, she's great character work. I've got Dakota Kai at number 3, which
really
was the one I'm probably most questioning about. But I think at the time it was between that and 6, and I wasn't comfortable putting her that low.
I only put her really low because, like, I think as much as I like her, she hasn't accomplished enough.
Look out 2024 when she takes over as leader of Damage Control, though.
At number 2, I've got Becky Lynch.
I've also got Becky Lynch at 2.
I think that means we have the same number 1.
We do. We both got Bailey.
We both got Bailey.
Yeah.
As soon as Bailey came up and I had my number 1 spot open, I'm like, I have to put Bailey number 1 just in case.
I had the top 3 spots all available, and I'm terrified. I'm like, oh no, I'm about to do a David. I'm about to do an Austin Theory. As soon as you said Bailey, I'm like, nope. I know I've got 2 and 3 open. We're putting Bailey at number 1 because the only.
Hey, you also could have gotten Shotzi. Shotzi's on my wheel.
Ooh.
That would have been funny.
But yeah, I'm like, let's go ahead and get somebody I love at number 1. And then worst case scenario, I'll get Theory at 2. No, we got Becky at 2, so I'm more than happy with that.
Yeah, my top
Because
two I'm very
I like
happy
Bailey
with.
better than Becky. So
Yeah, my top 2 I'm very happy with. After that, it gets a little meh.
yeah, I would honestly, I'm fine with Dakota Kai over Liv. I think the only change I would make is putting Kyrie at 4 over Liv.
I would move Liv up to 5. I would move Kyrie up to 4. Probably put Natalia down to 6. I'd probably.
But I'm mostly happy
Maybe-
with how my 10 turned out.
Yeah, I'm mostly happy. I don't like Chelsea at number 3. I think that's a little too high for her. I think
Yeah,
really
yeah.
she's really good character work, but like other than that. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between, that is our 2023 wrap up. We will see you guys at the Rumble. Any final words for 2023 wrestling, Jeff?
Book Natalia, not Natalia. Book Rhea Stronger in 2024, please. Don't book Natalia Stronger. Don't book her at all. But yeah, 2023 was a great year for wrestling. Let's have an even better next year. I can't wait for the Rumble.
I can't wait. Until then, guys, as always, don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, don't forget to tag yourself in.